Have you ever sat quietly and questioned your own worth? Have you ever felt a deep sense of imposter syndrome, wondering if you actually have a concrete purpose in this chaotic world? Today we are going to look at one of the most profound philosophical conversations in human history. It is a conversation that took place before you and I even existed, but it holds the absolute cure for our modern crisis of meaning. Welcome to our digital classroom. Today we are breaking down the psychology of purpose through the story of Adam alayhi salam in Surah Al-Baqarah, verses 30 to 39. To understand your own psychological makeup, you have to look at the blueprint of your creation. In verse 30, the Creator announces a massive shift in the universe. He tells the angels, "Indeed, I will make upon the earth a successive authority." The Arabic word used here is Khalifah. In management terms, a Khalifah is a steward, a representative entrusted with delegated authority. You were not placed on this earth to simply consume resources. You were placed here with a divine mandate to manage, to build, and to bring order. The angels, who are creatures of pure, flawless logic, asked an analytical question. They said, "Will you place upon it one who causes corruption therein and sheds blood?" They understood that if you give a creature free will and emotional volatility, that creature is capable of horrific destruction. Allah's response shifted the paradigm of the universe. He simply said, "Indeed, I know that which you do not know." So how does the Creator prove the worth of this new flawed human being? Verse 31 tells us, "And he taught Adam the name of all things," knowledge, the capacity for intellect, language, and categorization. Angels are programmed for perfect obedience, but human beings have to consciously choose it by utilizing their knowledge. Intellect and self-awareness are what elevate you. When you feel worthless, it is often because you have stopped learning, stopped reflecting, and stopped using the very tool that elevated you above the angels. Because of this God-given intellect, Allah commanded the angels to bow to Adam. The angels, displaying perfect intellectual humility, bowed. But one did not, Iblis. Verse 34 tells us, Iblis refused and was arrogant. Why? He looked at Adam's physical origin, clay, and compared it to his own origin, fire. He thought he was superior. This leads to one of the most terrifying psychological moments in history. Because of this arrogance, Iblis is cast out of his elevated status. But notice his psychological response. He doesn't ask for forgiveness. He asks for time. He makes a vow to the Creator. He says, "Because you have put me in error, I will surely sit and wait for them on your straight path. Then I will come to them from before them and from behind them, and on their right and on their left, and you will not find most of them grateful." This is the origin of your own inner critic. This is the psychology of self-sabotage, overthinking, and distraction. Iblis promised to attack human focus and gratitude. Every time you feel overwhelmed by anxiety or paralyzed by negative self-talk, you are experiencing the fulfillment of that ancient vow. This brings us perfectly to the forbidden tree in verse 35. Allah places Adam and his wife in the garden of absolute abundance. They have total freedom. There is only one single boundary. But do not approach this tree. Notice the command wasn't just do not eat. It was do not even approach. Once you walk up to the boundary of a toxic environment or a bad habit, temptation takes over. And how does Iblis fulfill his vow here? Verse 36 tells us, he caused them to slip. He didn't use force. He used psychology. He preyed on the human desire for immortality and control. He created an illusion of scarcity in a garden of infinite abundance. He convinced them that the one thing they couldn't have was the only thing that mattered. Adam and his wife slept. They ate. But here is the defining moment of human history. When Iblis made a mistake, he blamed his circumstances and played the victim. When Adam made a mistake, he did not play the victim. He took extreme ownership. Verse 31 tells us, then Adam received from his Lord some words and he accepted his repentance. This is the blueprint for your entire life. You are going to make mistakes. You will approach the tree, but a true Khalifah does not make excuses. They take accountability. They realign their mindset and they ask for forgiveness. In verses 38 and 39, they are sent down to earth. This wasn't a punishment. The earth is exactly where Adam was always meant to be. The mistake at the tree was simply the training ground. It taught humanity how to fall and, more importantly, how to defeat the whispers of Iblis by taking accountability and rising again. You are a Khalifa. You were designed with intellect and worthy of immense respect. Do not let the trivial anxieties of this world make you forget the profound weight of your own creation. If this perspective brought you some mental clarity today, take a moment to reflect on your own purpose this week. Thank you for joining the classroom today. I'll see you in the next lesson.